Hey creeps, Cameron here, author of Autumn Crow, and welcome back to Library Macabre. Today we're going to be living like it's 1999. That's because we are in the middle of Old School April, the epic readathon, watchathon, hosted by Kelsey from Slime and Slashers. I have spent all month reading nostalgic books, watching nostalgic movies and TV shows, and we're going to be doing all of that today as well. It is a Sunday, and I plan on just taking it easy today. So this is going to be a reading vlog, watching vlog, just hanging out together. We are right now in my little nook. I have this nook over here, which is just off of my living room. Got my VCR down there, DVD player. I also have a lot of my nostalgic shows, Goosebumps, Nickelodeon shows. I have wanted for a while to do a vlog of some kind, just hanging out in this nook and watching shows and stuff. So that's where we're gonna be spending a lot of our time today. But first, I'm gonna have to straighten it up over here a little bit because I don't spend as much time back here as I used to, and I've got some storagey things. I'd like to vacuum and set up some ambient lighting to make it look a little cooler over here. So we're gonna do that now. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about my very first sponsor. That's right, I've been doing YouTube for like 13, 14 years, and I've never had an actual proper sponsorship before, but now I do. So this video is sponsored by Pair Eyewear. As someone who spends hours on a computer every day editing videos and writing books, I am always on the lookout for a nice high-quality pair of blue light glasses. Pair offers practical glasses that cater to your needs while giving you the option to order magnetic frames for any occasion. It's amazing. Pair offers this convenient virtual try-on window where you can try on your glasses virtually. So I was able to select a pair of glasses that fit my face type, and I was blown away by their collection of magnetic frames. They have frames for everything. They even have Peanuts frames, guys. Peanuts! Pair's design is just totally ingenious, and I can see myself ordering dozens more frames in the future. If you decide to place an order, make sure you use my code bookmovie10 to get 10% off your base frames. All right, welcome back. Let's get straightening up this space so we can make it as cozy as possible for our Sunday together. I'm gonna grab a bunch of pillows from around my apartment and just kind of pack them in here to make the bed a little cozier. For lighting. People are always asking me what lights I use in my videos. It's just these spotlights that I got from Walmart several years ago. They're like $7. They're LEDs. They're great. They cast a lot of light, and they definitely make for a spookier atmosphere. Now that we have the retro nook all set up, I'm gonna make some coffee, get some lunch, and then we're gonna pick out some movies together. Here we have my window in my kitchen. We've got Frankenstein here. It's the only kind of plant I can have something that I can't kill. This here is Laura Dern. Sorry for the water boiling in the background. I've been picking out what I want to eat for today. I definitely want to have some Blue Box Kraft mac and cheese for lunch. This is a very nostalgic snack for me. I also have Pop-Tarts. One of the prompts for Old School April is eat at least 4 Pop-Tarts. I've already done that, so I don't really need to eat more, but I might go ahead and have a couple more today. While I'm waiting for my lunch to get done, I did want to mention that aside from watching movies today and reading, we're also going to be tuning in to one of Kelsey's live streams for Old School April. Live streams and reading sprints aren't something that I'm super into, but Kelsey is just so funny and so energetic and positive that am addicted to her live streams. They're just so much fun. Whenever I'm struggling or having a bad day, I can always look forward to one of her live streams and know that as soon as I turn it on, I'm gonna feel so much better and so much happier. So Kelsey, thank you for doing all of these. I know how much time it takes, but it makes a big difference for me. I'm just waiting for my macaroni and cheese to get done. I'm waiting for my coffee to get done soaking. So while we wait, why not go ahead and look for a couple movies? Down here on this bottom shelf, I have all of these VHS tapes. I've been getting back into collecting VHS again, and now we're gonna pick which one we want to watch today. This is really great. I've already watched this several times. This is the Halloween Atmospheres tape from Witching Season Films. This is actually a new VHS tape. They do the most amazing ambiance on YouTube. Not to mention, Witching Season just makes amazing films. I recently bought this VHS big box of Headless Eyes from Full Moon Features. You probably saw this in my Full Moon unboxing. I think I'm gonna watch this. I've always wanted to watch this, and I hear it's gnarly. I mean, look at the warning on the front cover. Too gory for the silver screen. Let's watch this together and see just how gory it is. For those who are wondering what we're going to be reading today, I actually have a couple different things. I just started reading this last night. It's Creepers Ghost Rider, which is a Goosebumps knockoff from the 90s, and they just started reprinting them in these editions, which you can get from the Dollar Tree. I also started reading Sweet Valley High, book number 2, Secrets. If you're not familiar with Sweet Valley High, it stars these two twins who are high schoolers. One of them is Elizabeth Wakefield, who's very smart, and then you've got Jessica Wakefield, who is very, very popular and very, very mean. She's always ruining somebody's life. So great stuff, lots of drama. Gonna be reading more of this today. I'm currently like 50 pages in. So we've got two polar opposite books, but both very, very nostalgic for me. I think my lunch is probably done, so let's go eat. Today we're gonna be using this pumpkin caramel scone skinny syrup. So we're gonna give this a try. Just do a little pump in there. Just a little pump. I never like too much syrup. Got some good old almond milk and just a little bit of this almond milk vanilla creamer. So we've got pumpkin caramel vanilla coffee. Sounds good to me. And now it's time to taste. Delicious. So I'm an hour into this film. So what happens at the beginning of the movie is this guy breaks into this woman's house. Then she wakes up and she sees him there and she starts screaming and he starts screaming. She grabs a spoon and stabs him in the eye, and he proceeds to run out of the apartment screaming, "My eye, my eye!" And it's like the same sound bite played over and over and over and over again. And that event kind of made him into a killer. And now we're an hour in, and he finally has removed the eyes from one of his victims. So I imagine that's probably going to be his thing now, his trademark, where he removes the eyes. It says on the cover that it's too gory for the silver screen. So far, it's really not. I mean, I am kind of desensitized when it comes to horror films. I've watched a lot of these things, so it takes kind of a lot to gross me out. Fun fact though, real blood, if I see even the smallest drop, boom, floor, I will pass out. I've done it before, it's no joke. For movies though, it's different. Is it living up to this amazing cover art? Not really. It's not what I was expecting. I was thinking this was going to be a movie about a killer eyeball or something, and it's really not, so womp womp. Still, I'm having a really fun time just like drinking my coffee and watching it on this TV set. It is very nostalgic to be able to do this and have a TV like this still. Like, this is my TV that I had when I was a kid. This is my same VCR that I've had since I was like 8 years old. Yeah, I'm having a great time. I think I'm gonna take a little intermission though and make myself some Pop-Tarts because I am craving some Pop-Tarts. That's it, I guess. Ooh, this is cool. Love this. This is really cool.
Dream Maniac.
Love Dream Maniac. That's a fun one.
Exclusively for video and Headless Eyes.
Yeah, not so good. So I think the last part of this movie with the little ad for Wizard Video is like my favorite part. The movie overall was kind of boring and dull. Not a whole lot happened. Even the ending was just like, it just ended. There really wasn't much of an ending at all. When I watch these kinds of movies, I never expect them to be like good horror films. You know, these are independently made movies that were made with very, very little budget. And I don't think you need a budget to make a great movie. These movies, though, were made very quickly. They were made to make money, to be rented from video stores. And for that, they live up to what they're supposed to do. They have great cover art that pulls you in, makes you buy the movie, makes you rent it. You go home, you watch it. Not so good, but hey, maybe you'll rent a better one next time. Overall, this is supposed to be more of an experience of like what we used to do back in the day. This is how we used to watch movies, and it was great. It was an experience. It was fun. And now we just, scroll through Netflix or whatever streaming service there is. We don't even select a movie half the time. We just scroll. That's all we do as humans anymore is scroll. And yet we all act like we're so busy and we don't have time for anything. And yet we spend half of our time just scrolling mindlessly. When this is what we used to do. We used to go to the video store together as families and rent these videos and go home and watch an hour, 2 hour long movie. And even the ones that were really terrible, we'd still watch it completely because we rented it, we spent money on it, and we still got some kind of enjoyment out of it just because it's an experience. And in some cases, if you're watching it with family or friends, it's a shared experience. So even if the movie's bad, you can still talk about it afterwards. Even though I didn't find this movie to be very exciting, I still had a lot of fun. And I definitely want to buy more of these Wizard videos from Full Moon in the future. I do have one other, and I'll go show you what that one is. If you've watched my Full Moon video that I did recently, you've probably already seen this, but it's The Invisible Dead, which I haven't even opened yet. I still need to open this. I hear the movie itself is also not very good, according to some of my viewers, but I still want to watch it. I'm sure I'll still have a good time with it. Anyway, it is 3 o'clock right now, so what I'm gonna do is get ready to watch Kelsey's live stream, which I think starts at 3:30. So I'm just gonna take a little break here, maybe do a little bit of reading in the meantime, and then we'll watch her live stream together, and I will update you on what I'm reading.
Hello! How's everybody doing? What's everybody up to? What is everybody reading, watching, doing? What else?
So I've been sitting here on my couch for the past couple hours, and I've been watching Kelsey's live stream reading sprints. It's been a whole lot of fun. She's still going. She's probably going to be going until late tonight, but I would like to get in a walk while she's on sprint break, which is for about an hour. Before I go on my walk and get some exercise, I wanted to tell you what I've been thinking about this Creepers book. So let me give you a little backstory about Creepers here. If you look on the copyright page, it'll say 2021. This is not actually from 2021. These were originally written in the late 90s. They were published in the UK as Shivers, and they looked almost identical to the American Shivers books, but they're not the same series. They're both totally different. Then those Shivers books in the UK ended up becoming Creepers, probably because the similarity between those books and the US Shivers books were much too extreme. It has been reprinted many times over the years in different editions and is now available in these newer editions, which are actually available at your local Dollar Tree. So these are now dollar store Goosebumps, just like the US Shivers books were back in the 90s. Those were dollar store Goosebumps. So it's all kind of come full circle in a way. So you can get a set of 10 of these now. They're coming out in waves of 5. So this is part of the first wave. The second wave of 5 books just came out. As long as these keep selling at Dollar Tree, I'm sure they'll do more waves of 5 until we have the whole series in these editions. And I hope we do, because I'll buy all of them. This is my first one that I'm actually reading though. And I started with this one because it's called Ghost Writer, and there's actually a prompt for Old School April that involves ghost writers, books about writers. So that's really the main reason why I picked this one up. I also find it kind of ironic that there is a US Shivers book called Ghost Writer as well. It's a little, something going on there. Now, Goosebumps is classic. Goosebumps books, even though they are simply written and they're written for children, they aren't poorly written. They still are written in a way that carries the plot along. It doesn't make you bored at any point as a reader. He's very concise as well with his writing. So as you're reading, your eyes just keep moving. It glides, it flows, it's like magic. When you're reading a book like this, however, you can see R.L. Stine really is a great writer because this is very choppy. When I say it's simply written, I mean they're micro sentences. There's also this thing in writing where if you use too many different dialogue tags instead of just said, it doesn't flow, it gets too muddled down. Your eyes as a reader pause on these words. On this one page right here, said Charlie, asked Neil, answered Charlie, suggested Neil, replied Charlie. Here's the other page. Suggested Kate, asked Neil, replied Charlie. Neil continued, Charlie answered, stated Kate. It makes it really hard for my eyes to just kind of glide over the page, so it does take longer to read than it should. Not only that, but the characters keep on saying each other's names. Nobody talks like that. Nobody ends every single sentence by saying the person's name that they're talking to. It's writing 101. It's okay for these children's books to be simply written. That's fine, but that doesn't mean that they're poorly written. And this, I would say, is poorly written. Now, some praise. It actually is pretty dark for a middle grade horror book from the 90s. This actually has some demonic angles to it. There's a demon in the story. There are some witchcraft angles. I mean, we've got some pretty cool, gnarly illustrations here. Some very creepy dream sequences. This kid moves into this new house with his family and his siblings, and he starts writing in this journal that he finds in the attic, and then he keeps waking up, and every morning there's writing in the journal written in his handwriting, but he doesn't remember writing it. And then he has these creepy dreams about this scary looking guy who's boarding him up in a room, you know, just like that Edgar Allan Poe story. It's the same thing. And in every single dream, he dies. So he keeps dying every single night. It's got some interesting things going on, but overall, it's just very poorly written, and it's making it a little difficult to get through it. But I am almost done. So I'm going to be finishing this once I get back from my walk. Then we'll tune in to Kelsey's live streams for the rest of the night. All right, creeps, we're back at home. I've taken a shower. I changed into my Old School April shirt. I just watched a little bit more of Kelsey's live stream, and she just went to sprints. So I went ahead and finished up Creepers, Ghost Writer. I feel as though Edgar J. Hyde is actually not a real person. These are probably all written by different authors, as most of these Goosebumps knockoffs from back in the day were. I would like to read the other books, and I'm hoping that maybe if they are written by different authors, that the other books will be a little better written. I did take a peek inside one of the other ones, which is called Stage Fright, and the writing did seem quite a bit better. But anyway, there you go. There's the vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's kind of random, but this is just kind of a peek into my life of what I like to do when I have a day to myself, when I don't really have any videos I want to edit or anything, and I just get to relax. This is what I do. I read books, I watch shows and movies, and just try my best to live a retro life all the time, year-round, not just in April. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to kick it old school. Pow! Later, creeps. I don't know what that was.